Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Let's see how many people get to join us today. AKA me. This is not a hair webinar, so excuse my morning hair, but I just got up, kind of, sort of. So this is going to be who is excited to join. Magdalena, welcome. Okay, guys, let me know where you're joining from. Post the city that you're from, and we'll go from there. Let me know how you're doing, where you're joining. Cayman Islands, wow. Beverly Hills, oh, that's not that far, around the corner. How is everyone doing today? It's a Sunday evening. Poland, Mexico City, Amsterdam, Ireland. Oh my goodness. Georgia, Egypt. Holy shit. Wow, I didn't realize this is going to be so international. I love that. Oh my God, amazing. Cool. So I'm going to waste your time. Just as you probably know, I have a course called Fuck the Struggle because I was trying to figure out, like, why are women being kept small? Or we're being obsessed about our looks and we never have enough money to follow our dreams and make our dreams come true. So I created courses to make things happen. But as my way of giving back, I always provide what's in the course in a super short summary for an hour. And it's my way of giving back, and also just to help people realize, like, this information is out there for free. If you want it, you're right here. Congratulations. And you did it, you showed up, and that's the most important thing, right? And you did the homework, and that's, and I'm here to give you as much value as possible. Anything that isn't clear and you have any questions, let me know. You have 60 minutes of my time, uninterrupted attention, and I'm here to teach you everything I know about money and what has helped me go from, like, the hardest worker in the room to someone who's really enjoying money and, let's be honest, isn't working the hardest these days. So let's do it. Who's ready? I'm ready. So I'm going to start. Okay, let's fucking go. This is my little presentation. Again, if there's anything that isn't clear, we can take questions at the end, but also feel free to, as we go, raise any questions you might have. All right. So can you see the screen? Can you see Fuck the Struggle and my beautiful presentation that I created? If yes, yes. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's go. Who's ready? Cool. So this is my promise to you on this webinar, is that after this webinar, you will never, ever say, I cannot afford this, and it will make money your best friend and finally start earning serious money. And that's the thing, right? Like, when we look at the photo here on the right and we see Kylie Jenner, we have this idea, like the stories we tell ourselves, I'm too young, or, it wouldn't make me a good mom because money would just make me a bad person. That's such BS. And I want more women that are good women, good people, good humans, make money, because I know how much we often make decisions based on what we can afford and we cannot afford. And that's something that I want to change as much as possible, because I think that's what keeps women small. So here we are. Where is that? Perfect. Who's this webinar for? If you're constantly worried about money, paying bills, and how you can afford things in general, if you're not good with money, if you think that making money is hard or should be hard, and if you saw something that you really wanted, whether it was a house or a trip or whatever, and you thought to yourself, dang, I can't afford it. If this is you, this is the webinar for you. Keep watching. If this isn't you and you're just rolling in cash, perhaps you should do other things on a Sunday afternoon or evening. And just let's debunk all this idea of what society is trying to tell us what rich means. And again, this is another way of us, good women that are spiritual, that are conscious, that are kind, and we want to be good people. And so we are being brainwashed by the society that being rich means being uncaring or spending too much money on unnecessary things, and just being cold, or like, whatever attitude. And we want to be good people, and we think, no shit, like, I don't want to be that. So rather, it's not about money. Well, maybe it's not about money, but I'm here to show you that this part of the brainwash is what keeps women small, because good people want to stay good people, and they give up this massive opportunity to make money because they want to stay good people. And the truth is, that's not true. We need more good women having shit ton of money and being stopped shamed for wanting to have money. So if there's a part of you, even right now when I talk on stories and people like, oh my God, she's talking about money again. I'm like, yeah, it's part of life. I use money every single day and I want to have a beautiful life, and money is a big part of that. So yes, I will be talking about money because it's like, last time I checked, I can't go to a store and pay for food without money. So it is a big part of, it's a means, it's energy. So it's super important to me. And so this is what rich actually means to me. When I say I want to be rich or I want to make a lot of money, I say that because I want to have access to good quality food, and I don't want to go to a supermarket and stress, oh my God, can I afford it? Should I have non-organic because it's cheaper? And counting like, okay, it's okay, it's $100 in my basket. Like, that's it. I'm not going to have that in my favorite strawberries because strawberries are more expensive because they're not in season. Like, I want to go to a supermarket and be able to pay for myself, for my family and whatever, everyone and that I care about, and have good quality food. And yeah, I want to be able to take some time off when I'm going to have a family and I'm pregnant, but also taking my mom on a trip. This is what rich means to me. Amazing, Stephanie. I love that because it's like, that's the thing. That's the bullshit that we're being taught, like, oh, rich is like being evil. In fact, I have used money for such beautiful things. Like, I took my mom on a private jet to Greece, and look at her face, like, so sweet. And obviously, like I said, we're all good people and we want to use money to stop stressing and start living. And again, traveling, doing a yoga retreat in Bali that I really need for my soul to become a better person, having access to nature, and having a beautiful wedding or a house in Bali. That photo on the left was an inspiration for my house in Bali, because it was like super important to me. I was like, I want to surround myself by beautiful things. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think if there's one takeaway that you just have to remember, that when you get triggered about money, that's like your healing to do. That was my healing to do. It was really annoying me when people were making a lot of money. And it was making me feel like, oh my God, like, just, stop it. Like, at the end of the day, I was really wanting to live in abundance, but hoping maybe I'll meet a rich husband or I'll luck out, or whatever the story I told myself in my 20s, that, that my struggling will finish. And I was constantly struggling, making $1 an hour when I first started working at 19, and it just got worse. Anyways, this is the agenda. Why you struggle, summary, action items, super quick. Quickly of who I am and my mission. I'm Aggie, I'm sure you know. So my mission is to get 1,000 women to be financially independent, aka abundant as fuck. And just for you, if you think that maybe, I don't know what it's like not to have money, I feel like of all the people I know really, really, really well. So I moved at 26. I had $300 in my bank account, just got divorced, had no idea what to do with my life. I thought I had no talent. I didn't have any direction, really depressed and really low. And then I moved to the US. A couple of weeks later, I was able to save $400 because I was on the dole on like government support. I didn't have support from my parents, but I had $400, lived in the US, went to supermarket every night at 9 p.m. because they would discount food that was about to go bad. So I would go to, Good Fresh and Easy. That was the name of the supermarket. And I would just go there at 9, walked because I didn't have a car. And I would just be like, okay, cool. Like, this meat is about to go bad tonight. So I'll buy it at 9 p.m. And I ate it the next day, which was slightly off, which is sad to think, but it was 50% off. I could not afford a full price items in a supermarket. And that was while I was the hardest worker in the room. Like, you would think that, I'll be hanging out on the beach and swimsuits and beautiful hotels. No, not at all. In fact, I had 3 jobs. I was a waitress, a shoe store, worked in a club till 5 a.m. I had 20-hour days a lot of times. this says, I say I was exhausted from running on 2 or 3 coffees a day. In reality, probably was way more than 2 or 3 coffees. I didn't even know what it's like to feel rested. I would not wake up without an alarm. And I just felt very hardened by life, very like rigid and very stressed. And it was really stressing me out. And so I felt really alone. And I wanted my life to be different. And I didn't really know how to get there. A lot of my friends were on salary, and I just wasn't comfortable to live a life like this for the rest of my life. So that's what's something where I was just like, okay, what are people saying about abundance? Like, I really want to make the change. So I borrowed in 2016 $20,000 Days with Destiny Money Mastery, and I had my budget. And when the Airbnb ended up just not working out, I just couldn't afford to get myself a hotel. So I slept on the bathroom floor in a hotel, in a just public bathroom. I did have my eye mask, and so just so I can attend Tony Robbins' seminar. And this is really important, that I had my budget, right? And so hotel or takeout or nails was not in my budget. Growth was always in my budget. So for me, it was a no-brainer to spend $10,000 on a seminar. But then I said I can't afford a hotel. For me, hotel was a luxury. It was a spend, as we will learn very quickly what that even means. But yeah, like, I just couldn't afford to spend another $200-300 on a hotel night. So I slept in a toilet. And that, mind you, that was 6 years ago. And, I'm staying right now in my $1 million home, going to Bali next week, where I have another home that I became the keys for. So it's, when you think of the timeline, it's not that long ago, when you see how much of a change you can make within your life. You can go from sleeping in the toilet. And I really hope none of you is sleeping in the toilet as you're watching this, so you don't have to. So you're already a step ahead of where I was. So yeah, 5 or 6 years will fly by regardless whether you do something about your money situation or not. So you might as well make a change. So yeah, after I really started paying attention and investing in myself, I made my first million, bought my parents a penthouse, paid off their debt, paid for my dad's eye surgery, which was super rewarding. I don't know how many of you here and say I in the comments would use money to support their parents. Like, if you feel like that would be like one of your goals, or like some medical goals, like that was super important to me. Amazing. Yeah. So my parents, again, the hardest worker in the room, lived in a tiny little apartment in Poland. And I just wanted them to have a comfortable retirement, not live on a pull-out couch and stress about money. I just couldn't do it. So I'm almost get emotional when I think about it. When I think how much my parents, after working for so long, and being in their 60s, and they still couldn't afford basic things. It sucks. It's not about being the hardest worker in the room. It's not. And my parents are the best proof, because they work so fucking hard. So I wanted to make the change. I wanted to make the change because I knew that when I change, I get to change the world around me, my environment, my parents, and taking them on trips. I'm taking my mom to Maldives next week, actually, for her trip. She's never been to Maldives. I'm like, Mom, pick it wherever you go. Flying her first class on Emirates, going to the best hotel in the Maldives. And it's so rewarding to see someone who has given so much for me and be able to give back. Anyways, it's super nice to see my parents relaxed and loving and great. And I was able to donate money to charity and support the Amazon jungle. As you can see, I have been able to do so many great things, and I now teach women to do the same at Higher Self Academy. Now, if you want to ever join my community, that's fucking amazing. And if you're ready, love to have you. But that's not the point. The point is that I'm here with you for an hour because I want to give back what I was taught by the best of the best in the world. And it's up to you what you're going to do with this information. And the super important point, I got to a point really quickly in 2019 when I didn't have abundance mindset. So I made a lot of money. And this is a situation where I flew on a private jet with a friend to meet my boyfriend, who flew another private jet. We would meet up somewhere in the US, right in the middle, because he lived in New York. We would do Burning Man together. I had this jet setting lifestyle, not what I posted on Instagram, because I was too embarrassed for people to be triggered by my wealth. And yeah, I was worried about being judged, because a woman who is comfortable in her wealth is being absolutely judged by the society. And also, fact that obviously wealth without purpose and abundance mindset is an ultimate failure, like Tony Robbins says. And that's what I'm also here to help you understand, that it really is the mindset. It's not about the money only, but it's a big part of that. And so I no longer want to be embarrassed about my wealth. I want to be surrounded by women that want to see me succeed. And sadly, that's not everyone on my Instagram, right? And a lot of people are, feel triggered by me talking about it, but I only talk about it because I want other women to break the stigma of us being fucking abundant. I want more good women to be abundant. And this is how money helped me in my life. That was with my ex dad. Now it's would have been a much higher number for me. I feel like I'm going to hit 2 million this year myself. I'm location independent, based in 3 different, cities, that was my personal dream. It doesn't have to be your dream. I'm free to take a break. Like if I want to have 6 months or a year-long break to have a baby, or when I wanted to take a break for Dancing with the Stars, so to see my sick dad, that's also an option. Getting to travel the world, 2 weeks of Burning Man, I don't have to ask anybody. I just go. This is our photo, Aggie, our house in Bali, which is about to be finished in 2 weeks, like I said. So I'm excited. All right. And so now how to fuck the struggle. I think in Polish, and correct me, jebać biedę, which is basically, this whole idea that life has to be a struggle. And I really, really believe that. And I really thought that I really need to struggle, and it has to feel like hard work to be comfortable with a lot of money. That's not the case, right? That's a scarcity mindset. And I know you know this, but this is just a reminder. Richest people are not the smartest, most hardworking, most talented, and most original. Correct? Correct. Why is it important? Because I'm not here to give you investment advice or tell you to do, this is, yes, I'm so sick of struggling and stressing about money. Exactly. I'm not here to tell you to work harder or to become better at what you do and whatnot. The most important thing about making money is you. That's you're the biggest problem. You are standing in the way of your wealth, and you probably feel triggered because we love to blame our parents, our society. I used to blame being Polish. I used to blame the fact that I was from a poor family. My parents, their scarcity mindset, the brainwashing that they told me that, money doesn't grow on trees or whatever. But at the end of the day, the moment you keep blaming other people, you have no control, you have no power. So when I realized I'm the problem because at the subconscious level, I believe these things, that's when I make the change. And the one habit you have to break is the habit of being yourself. You can be defined by the vision of the future, of the memory of the past. And Joe Dispenza, he's brilliant. He really calls you out on your shit. And he's like, are you living as your past self or as your future self? Because what you are living right now, the life you have experienced today, is based on everything that has happened in the past. And every decisions you have made. But maybe this webinar is your future self decision. Maybe this is the moment in your life when you realize that, wow, so far I have been blaming my circumstances. I have been blaming other people for why I'm not living in abundance. And when I realize it's me, and today is the first day of the rest of my life, then I can be now defined of the vision of the future me. What would my future me do? Ask yourself right now. If you close your eyes and imagine your future self, What is she like? What is she wearing? What is she doing? Who is she hanging out with? What's she eating? Does she goes to Erewhon and Whole Foods eating organic? Does she have a private chef? Yeah, my future self has a private chef because I love cooking every now and then for every day. It would be so good to have a private chef. And what is she thinking? If she lives in that abundance, is light and supportive and playful and has time for her kids and has energy for her kids and has a mission, like what would she be doing right now today, and act from that place. That's really, really important. And so how can you get rich? Let's get to the bottom of it. This is if you want to screenshot, that's the basically gist of it. We're going to go into detail, but you need to identify your limiting beliefs, replace them, rebuild your relationship with money. You have to become a vibrational match to money. Might sound woo-woo, but money is energy. As we know, it's not even real. You know, right now it's some numbers on a piece of paper. Rewrite the narrative of your life. Get a freaking pen. I don't have a pen, but get a pen. Imagine that's a pen. And please go rewrite your story. You're the director. You write the narrative. Change the narrative. Change the script right now. Stop worrying about the how. Your job is not to know how to do things. It's like, oh, I would like to have a house. I don't know how. Well, great. You don't have to know how. Leave it up to the universe. You just need to know and be very clear on what, and let the universe figure out the how. Please trust me on this, because I don't know if you can think of one single thing when the universe was like, whoa, where's that money coming from? We have a beautiful story in our community, Cecilia, who was like, she lives in Australia with her family, and after a few years she wanted to go to Sweden back to her family and take everyone with her daughters and her husband. And so they were planning to do it, but then they realized they need a second car for her to drop off the kids at school, and her husband started like have better business, so he needed the car all the time. And so she realized that she can't afford to buy a new car and go to Sweden. So she realized, you know what? The old me before Aggie's course would be that I would feel sorry for myself. And she realized, okay, I'm going to trust it and I'm not going to get too wrapped up about it. The next day, she gets a text from a friend and it's like, hey, we're going to Sweden for a year. Can you take care of our car? Can you drive it for a year for free? And so she got a car for free for a year because she stopped worrying about the how. And if I tell you, you know, that's a crazy story. It's a true story from our course, because that's what happens when you actually just know what you really want and stop worrying on the how. Shit happens. Get full advantage of law of attraction vision board and get a rich woman's habits. Okay. Let's do it. What's great about rewiring your mind? You don't have to work harder. You don't have to educate yourself about the stock exchanging. You don't need you need more money to make more money. You can start today. You don't need a rich husband or parents or partner. You just need yourself. And then this is note to you, to yourself. And I really would love for you to say it out loud. Or if it's too awkward for you to say it out loud, say it in your head, but say it. Fuck the struggle. I'm ready to step into my power, right? Perfect. And these are some limiting money beliefs that people have. Money doesn't buy happiness. How many of you have heard that before? Please comment. Money does not buy happiness. This is number one way of making women feel like, you know, this isn't money. Money doesn't buy happiness, blah, blah, blah. Money doesn't grow on trees. How many of you have heard that? Well, bullshit, but we'll get to that in a second. Charging a lot for services is greedy and not spiritual. You're not a good person if you're charging. Like, that's the number one thing I say, like, why so expensive? You should be doing things for free. Well, because it's greedy. Oh, it's so greedy if you're charging money. Money's the root of all evil. Like, what the fuck? Like, who's saying these things, right? I'm not worthy. I don't come from a rich family. That's what I thought. You know, I'm not, you know, I don't even know how to keep money. I'm not smart enough to manage wealth. Like, that's a lot of numbers. I wasn't good at math. I don't know if I would keep track of it. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Everybody wants discount from me if they are family. They accept you to work for free because you're relative. Yeah, I heard of Exactly. It's that bullshit, especially as a woman. If anyone loves doing what they do and they would do it for free, aka me, I would do what I do for free. And so it's really hard for me to charge really good money, because I was like, well, I can do it for free. It's okay. I'll do it for free. And story of my life, until I realized we all should have a job that feels like you could be working for free. That if you, tomorrow they say, can you come to work for free? And you said, yeah, sure. That's a given. That should be a given in every queen's life. And now the question is like, I still need to get paid a lot of money, because when I feel like I don't have to get paid for what I do, that means I'm in full fucking alignment. And so that means I'm really good at what I do, or I'm getting really good at what I do. And hence, I should be paid a lot of money. Yeah, me as a photographer, I didn't know my worth. I'm sure you didn't, of course, because creatives, and you would do it for free. Everyone can take photos. All the stories that people tell you, and whether you realize it or not, you believe one or more of these on a subconscious level, or maybe you have heard growing up. If you close your eyes, think of what your parents were telling you, as you were like 5 or 6, sitting at a dinner table. And, my parents would definitely say things, oh, that's so greedy, or money doesn't grow on trees, or whatever. This is not true. None of these things are true. And I'm here to reframe that for you. Number one, money doesn't buy happiness. Well, I choose to believe that money allows me to stop worrying and start doing things that make me happy. And so if happiness means less stress, which I think would be a great definition for happiness for me, then yes, money allows me to stress less. I really do. I remember the moments when I was really stressed about money, and my credit card bill was higher than what I had in my bank account. And I was like, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think straight. I felt like my sense of safety as a woman was massively impacted. And I don't know how many of you have that. I mean, if you're a woman, you do, but I don't know how many of you have realized that, how important the sense of safety is, and knowing that you don't have to worry about what you're going to put on the table next month. And so that's super, super difficult to think big and think, think creative. It's like, I can't think creative because I'm in a survival mode. Like, I don't know how I'm going to pay my fucking bills. I don't know where money's coming from. So, of course, that's a big one. Number 2, money doesn't grow on trees. Well, money is made out of paper. Paper's out of trees. Money does grow on trees, and opportunities are everywhere. Making money is so easy. And so next time someone tell you money doesn't grow on trees, you're like, in fact, actually it does. And so when you believe these things, like, that's what it's true. I do believe that money does grow on trees. It does grow on trees for so many people. Just, I have met people in the last couple of years, especially in the crypto space, that net worth is $300-400 million, and they do not work the hardest. We're talking about $400 million, and they just have a beautiful relationship with money. They're not obsessed with money, and that's the idea. Or they don't work the hardest. They just, like, it's so easy to them. There's no judgment around money. They're happy for other people that have money, and that's really, really important. Charging a lot for my services allows me to hire talented people and pay them well and provide good services to my customers and clients. And that's a really important one as well. And, we have my team here on a call, and I am massively driven by making sure that my team gets paid a really good wage. Like, Charlotte's here on a Sunday, which is crazy to think. And she's here because she wants to support me here on a team, even though she has heard me talk about it multiple times. But I'm super motivated to make sure that Charlotte has an epic life and that she gets paid well. And she is coming to Bali with me next month as part of that, like, team hangout. Right, Charlotte? I don't know if you can comment, but it's all part of the, I'm super motivated to be able to afford and spoil people that work for me. So, and provide you with a better experience. Yes, she responded, yes. I'm so excited you're coming. Anyway, so that's really, I'm massively motivated by that, because I want people that work on my team to get, like, hire women and make them a lot of money too, and their families. And so charging a lot for my services provides you as my customers or my followers with a better experience, because I can hire people that are the best. Money also allows me to live my true purpose in life and make this world a better place, because I'm a good person. And so we need more people. Yes, there are a lot of people that don't use money for good, but fuck, if you're here, I guarantee you're a good woman who will spend money on organic groceries for herself and her family so you don't get sick, like from like processed foods, for what, seeing more nature and traveling, or getting a home that's comfortable and spacious, like, or having a safer car for your family. Like, give me a reason. Someone please say I if you're planning to start a war with the money that you're gonna learn how to make from this webinar, please. Just because I'm really curious. Like, I don't know these kind of people. The people that I know and the women that there are literally following me, they're good women. They're too good to make money because they believe that brainwashed. So I'm more worthy to make a lot of money because I'm a good person, and I really believe I'm a good person, and I really believe that money that I want to make aren't out of greed. They're out of just the abundance that I truly believe in right now. And I'm capable of holding large amounts of money and provide a beautiful life for my family, my future family, and my parents and whatnot. To war with poverty. I love that. Yeah, there you go. So, this is really important to like understand that the society would tell you and judge you and tell you other things about money, but you know better now, right? And this is the thing. You have subconscious and conscious mind. We're just going to get here first. So your conscious mind is about 5%, right? It's like, this is the mind that's listening to me right now. And this is the mind that this is the mind that tells you, well, I always wanted to make the change. I don't understand why, I'm not making money, from the conscious mind, right? But the truth is, all your beliefs, emotions, fears, values, it's all in the subconscious and unconscious mind, that 95% of your brain, right? So if I tell you here on the webinar, it's time to make money, you'll be like, oh yeah, of course. But you will very quickly catch yourself in this abundance. You're going to buy something expensive and freak out, or, have this like scarcity mindset, because you haven't changed the 95% of your mind, which is subconscious, how we operate from the subconscious mind. And so with that said, your subconscious mind is like an elephant going one way, and you're like an ant going the other way. You feel like you're making a progress when in reality you're going back, because your subconscious mind is running the show. I always have buyer's guilt. Well, there you go. That's a really, really, really big one, right? Like, you feel like you buy it and then you feel immediately guilty. Oh my God, I can't do it. I can't do it. So in fact, the struggle, Live Your Vision Board Life, we go deep into subconscious mind, and we analyze the bullshit that we were brainwashed to believe. Because unfortunately, everything, like, you've been programmed, and especially we get programmed the most between 3 and 7 years old. And so everything you think what the world is actually in the subconscious mind. And so let's replace these limiting money beliefs right now. How many of you believe any of those? You can post the number that you believe the most. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, post in the comments. I need to have a degree to start making serious money. Like, I need to be educated, I need to be, have a master's degree. I need to be good at investing. I need to have some capital to start with. I need like at least $10,000 to put on a stock exchange. I'm too young to make serious money. That was me in my 20s. I'm too young. I'm okay being poor because I'm so young. And then I'm like, oh, I'm too old. Like, I have no chance. As a woman, making a lot of money will make me single, or will never find somebody, or I will intimidate men, or I have to do things I hate to become rich. Like, work has to feel like work. And, I have to just put so much effort and so much struggle to make money, because it's just not easy to be rich. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Well, that's the thing. Scarcity mindset is when you're so obsessed with lack of something, whether it's time or energy, that you can't focus on anything else. And some of the examples of scarcity mindset, it's not only about money. Scarcity mindset, it's about resources, like time, like energy, like saying things like, oh, I'd love to do it, but you can't have everything. I feel like Like you can never get ahead, always feeling behind. Bills and responsibilities are piling up, overscheduling yourself, constantly feel like you're chasing because there's not enough time in the day to do all the things you want. So you rush and you're constantly tired because you try to squeeze the most out of the day. That's scarcity, actually. Saying yes to opportunities that aren't right for you, but you feel like, well, if I can't say no to jobs, even that so common, to opportunities or to things because or parties, because if I say no, another one won't happen. In Polish we say z braku laku. It's like I don't really want it, but I'll take it just in case nothing else comes up. I like a lot of romantic relationships for a lot of people. And here's some poor women's habits, and I want to dive deeper into that's my favorite part. And this one, when people get really upset when I post this in stories because they don't quite understand what I mean here. And really important, stop behaving like a poor woman because you'll stay one. Stop behaving like a poor woman because you will stay one. And very important, a poor woman spends money, a rich woman invests money. That's how I really operate. And as Grant Cardone, who's a billionaire with net worth of 2.6 million, says, better a shit investment than a great spend. Better a shit investment than a great spend. What does it mean? That we always want to invest money. That if we're spending money, then sorry, but like you will lose money and stay poor. So here are a couple of examples of what I believe spends are. Spends are something that will not bring me more money in return. So clothes, shoes, and restaurants, car, beauty. I've fast food, I spend that money and never see it back. Is it okay to spend? Of course. Like it's nothing wrong with spending. It's about making sure that we invest more than we spend. And so investments are education, mindset, real estate, home, health, supplements, organic food, right? And so depends how you look at certain things. If you can say, oh, food is a spend or investment. I'm like, well, depends. If it's fast food, it's a spend. It's probably making you a little bit more sick, which is okay, and it gives you a little bit of pleasure, which is fine. But organic food is an investment because you say on the baker, not the doctor, as we say in Polish. So health is a big one. Supplements is a big one, right? Like I'm putting like the coins into a bank of my own health, believing that I'm going to be healthier. Mindset, no one can take that away from me. Experiences, right? If I invest in my mindset, I have a mindset change. You just invested actually an hour of your time. Does this 30 minutes that we just spend, does it feel like an investment or a spend? Because if you're feeling like you're getting a little bit of value here, so you just invested that time. But if I was just sitting here talking about some bullshit, unuseful things, you'd be like, oh, I just spent an hour of my time. You know what I mean? So the moment I started operating from that thing, I'm ready to spend a lot of money. And if you ever do business with me, you'll know. I always say, like, I'm ready to spend a lot of money, invest in human resources, invest in people, right? 100%. But I'm not ready to spend money on people. If someone feels like I'm spending money and they're not bringing me like value, then obviously why would I have that person on a team? And also for you, if you're an employee, like, are you a spend or investment to other people? Thank you. So I'm saying, and again, about traveling, I love traveling. It was a spend for me. And I turn it into an investment because I turn it into a career. So now every trip that I do is part of my investment in my engagement, in my Instagram, right? I can write it off in my head because it's an investment. And this is a very big one, using poor woman's language, that I want you to like break free from, because you're no longer a poor woman, right? It's really important that you have to behave like a rich woman and act from that place, from your future self. So your future self is a rich woman, and you need to start acting from that place. And then here we are. Money isn't everything. How many times have you said that or heard that? I can't afford it. It should be free, or it's too expensive. So what are you really saying? Money isn't, I don't want money. I'm too poor to have it. Others shouldn't charge what they deserve because I don't get paid well. So it should be free because, well, I do things for free. So others should do things for free, which is projecting. And we tend to do that when we don't feel comfortable at what we do, right? So if we offer too many things for free, we tell others it should be free. It's because we do that and we want others to do that. And so we have to stop projecting and realize, you might as well say, I don't want others to get rich because I'm not rich. Like, does this like ring a bell? And so here are some of the mindset changes that you have to realize. Money enables me to live big. I can afford anything I want. It's just not a priority right now. So remember at the beginning, I said, I never want you to say I can't afford it, because I truly believe in I can afford anything the fuck I want. I really do. If I put my mind into it, if you found out that your mom or your son or whoever is very sick, you would be able to put the money together for the treatment. You will find a fucking way. Like, I know you. I know it would, I know this much. And people will do amazing things. But so we can afford with our money or putting money together. So never say I can't afford anything. Like I said, just not my priority, and just be honest with yourself. You have to be brutally honest that, like, do I want these shoes? That's not my priority right now. I don't need Louboutins right now. It's not priority. I can afford them, but not a priority. And that change in the language is really, really important, right? I'm always willing to reward people for their work, expect nothing to be for free, because I don't want to work for free either, ever. No one should work for free. Let's just put that together. No one should work for free. And so I love rewarding people for their time, and I like getting I like paying people. I don't expect anything to be for free. I actually love paying people because I know that if I pay people, that means that I get paid too fairly. So I don't look for discounts and deals and whatever. Sometimes you have to bargain, of course, because sometimes part of the culture, but it's understanding that no one should work for free. And too expensive. You can say, I don't see value in it, seems like a spend to me, like not an investment. So when you say too expensive, it almost sounds like I can't afford it to me. When I hear the words, it's too expensive, like, okay, I don't have money. But if I say, I don't see the value, I don't think it's worth it, or it seems like a spend to me, not an investment, a very different energy of what you put out to the universe, right? It's not saying, someone's charging a lot of money for their services, let them, good for them. It's paving the way for you, those people. There's someone who's going to pay for it, so do it. But for me, I just say it's not a priority for me, and that's all it is. And this is some of the poor woman's habits that I want you to change. How many of you don't check your bank account or stress when doing it? How many of you wake up in the morning, first thing in the morning, and be like, oh my God, let me check my app. What does my Chase Bank says? Oh, amazing. $500,000 in savings. This is so good. My skills are getting paid. Oh my goodness, that could mean such a good mood. How many of you just fucking stress and like, I don't even want to check. I know it's a high number on my credit card. I know it's a low number on my bank account. I don't even want to look. Like, oh, I'll look tomorrow. Like, what kind of energy is that? Of course it's bad. Not tipping, not donating to charity, not paying forward because feeling like, oh, there isn't enough for me. So, I don't have to tip, like someone else will tip, or just like the bare minimum tip. Instead of like in Bali, it's the best. You have cash on you. Cash is super important. Number 4, have cash, $1 here, $1 there. Having real money on you really helps you see the value in it. So I highly recommend for you to have $100, $200 withdrawn from an ATM. You don't have to spend it right away, but just have a connection with money. Even better, put the money all around your house and just keep seeing like money's everywhere. Holy shit, open the drawers, money. Just get comfortable. It's not some abstract number. If you keep using the card, you don't really see that connection. So yeah, withdraw a lot of money, $100, $200, and just see it everywhere. Your wallet full of the 20s, whatever it might be. Underpaying for services, looking for deals and discounts. And again, nothing super wrong with We're looking for a deal, but there is also the amount of energy that goes, because subconsciously I believe everything should be cheaper because I can't afford it. And so it depends really what energy in the, I find that people tend that look for deals, discount services, and they put too much energy there. There's this idea that things are for free, and they spend so much time, instead of making a shit ton of money, they put that energy into saving. And you will never get fucking rich if from saving. Let's be honest. You will never get rich from saving. You will only get rich from making shit ton of money. So you just have to make more money than you spend, not save money, right? So we don't want to be saving money. And so for me, deals, discounts, and shit, this to me is saving. It's still saving. And this is the real cost of you doing nothing about your money. You might not be able to be traveling or getting a beautiful home, like, but you have a great taste. So let's get beautiful homes out there. Drive a safer car, eat organic food for yourself and a family, just have more space, like have a meditation room. Like that's so important. Can you imagine having your spiritual meditation slash, I don't know, yoga room in the home that is just you? Like what a luxury, but also is it really? Because that doesn't sound too crazy to me. uh Being constantly overworked, tired, underslept, low-key annoyed, resentful, rigid, hard, annoyed at everybody, and working the martyr, the biggest worker in the room, really upset. Can't you see I'm working the hardest? This was literally me. I'm fucking the only one working here, and you guys all are just having fun, and you're all just wasting time. And it's like, life is not about fun. I have to be fucking working right now. Yeah, well, so that was me. And now I'm like, you should see me right before this live. I was just raving. I woke up and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do my hair and makeup. It's going to be a very casual webinar, but I will just have fun. It's a big part to attract, to become a vibrational match, is to actually have fun in life. And so, yeah, I want you, like, life is beautiful. Traveling around the world with your loved one, being able to get married in beautiful places, creating incredible memories, making those vision board like images. All of these images, like the one on the left, it's yet to be, done. But like myself in Paris, I saw this photo on the roof. I wanted to be me. I wanted to eat a fucking breakfast with a mama. And so, yeah, I don't want to stress what happens to my loved ones. And remember, with my grandma and how she basically was struggling with her health, and I couldn't support that, which was really important. And number one regret of the dying isn't, you know, um, anything else than I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. And so, what is the life true to yourself? Stepping into the power, not worrying that people's going to think that you're greedy or you're not spiritual or you're too materialistic. Last time I checked, we live in a materialistic world. You're wearing materialistic clothes, you need to buy food. We're not a fucking soul that's after death. And so right here, we're here to have the courage and stop worrying about what people like will judge us for. Like, you judge on Instagram, people project shit on me all the time. And I'm like, cool. Like, you don't know the real me. And it's not even my business to waste my energy and like try to explain you who I really am and what I do. This is what I am. And my message, if it lands with you, fucking great. And if not, then, we're not a match yet, and that's okay. And so this is your choice. One day you will make the change, maybe, or today's day one of the rest of your life. You fucking decide. Like, really decide. Thank you. Kasha says, day one, I get abused because I really like when a woman steps into their power and annoys some other people because they're not. And I just want to quickly share with you my story with Higher Self Academy. I got a DM in April, actually. So, oh my goodness, it's going to be an anniversary from Jay Shetty. And he reached out. He's like, could you become basically a coach, a certified coach through my academy? I want to gift it to you, blah, blah, blah. And I said, sure, yes. And so I've already been connecting people like Glennon Doyle. Anyone knows Glennon Doyle, Gabby Bernstein, or Lewis House. And so I was like, cool, I would love to do become a certified coach. And so that's what I did. I did a $10,000 a day with Destiny, business mastery. I did Jay Shetty's coaching. I did B School with Mary Forleo, which is a business school. I also have a master's degree in business. So there's a lot of value that I put together. So even I have taken millions of courses, but these are just the basic one. We could put 70K because my business degree was 35K alone. So $70,000 invested in the mindset. And so, yeah, I then put it all together into Fuck the Struggle, into 6-module course. That I basically combine all of the best bits of that and I put it into the course. And if you're a good fit, if you you don't have the razor sharp clarity of what's next, you're not good with money, if you're done living small, if you feel like you need a mindset upgrade, you feel like you're constantly chasing and are being stressed, when you get jealous or resentful when you see someone having it easy, aka me, I had that issue as well. And after living your vision board life, Fuck the Struggle course, you will become a ninja of self-discipline, ooze resistible confidence, and all of these beautiful things. We'll go deep into the limiting belief, and I just want to walk you through the modules because and answer any questions you might have. First, we step out of the victim consciousness and what does it even mean to take extreme ownership of our life, and how to realize how other people see us and what to do about it. Then we do a life audit for like a super beautiful. This whole module is what I learned for $7,000 with Jay Shetty, and he gave me permission to share it with you. But it's exact same things: how to make more money, career, family, health, like how to really nail down all of these things. And then this is Tony Robbins. This module 3 is basically what's the art of self-discipline, how to stop self-sabotaging. How many of you self-sabotage? Raise your hand. I know I did, the art of self-discipline, how to stop procrastinating. Finally, how many of you procrastinate? I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, maybe gym tomorrow. Oh, maybe no. Well, there's so many great tools that I can teach you that help you procrastinate. How to become the most confident person in the room. That's my favorite module. It has helped me to stop being like so deep into my head and worrying what people think. I actually was like, I'm fucking confident. And there are techniques, everything's there. How to build habits of a true queen. And so it's not about goals, it's about the habits and the person you become as you set those goals. And that is my favorite module, the spiritual module, where I talk about levels of consciousness and things that have changed my life, like how radical forgiveness has helped me become a lighter, more fun person, how to love your what's shadow, how to manifest, and we got the whole Love Your Vision Board Live, how to really become a vibrational match. And this is, what's your higher self, what's your perfect self, what the queen energy really means. And so I put it all together from all of these coachings that I've done with Tony Robbins and Jay Shetty, and at least $35,000 worth of coaching. I'm not selling even for 10%. I'm not selling it for a fraction of that. It's basically my offer to you is 1%. 1% of what I spend learning these things is what I'm offering to you. And the deal is valid for 2 hours. And it's 20% off with the code Fuck It. So if you go to the website, fuckthestruggle.co, www, and maybe someone from my team can post www.fuckthestruggle.co. There we are. And if we can use the code DEAL as you check out, and you get the whole webinar, the whole course, that's 6 modules for 1% of what the value is. So the code is Fuck It, because why not? I love pricing. I price my services with reading numbers too. Yeah, so 333 is also like a big, or 444 is a big money number of abundance. And so I believe in numbers very much so. You also, very important, if you join today, you get a Queen Circle, which is usually 111. You get it for free for the first month. The code is Fuck It. Fuck it, fuck the struggle. So it's a webinar deal valid for 2 hours. And so you get Queen Circle. So what is Queen Circle? Really good question. It is basically a weekly call with me where we jump on a call like this, except every Monday. We jump on a call and answer any questions you might have about money, about abundance, about anything. We're there. You also get a 30-day meal plan designed by my biohacker friend. And so you have a biohacking meal plan for weight loss that you can stick with the shopping list. It's beautiful. It's epic. And you also get a workout plan, a 30-day workout plan. That alone is worth a few $100s. You get it for free for the first month. And then if you usually it's 111. If you decide to stay, then it's 111 after the first month, but you can cancel anytime. So you can test it for free, see how much you like the meal plans, weekly calls with me. So let me know. I will buy your book. Oh, I'm so happy. Yes, I would love for you to buy my book as well. I almost lost my voice. Thank you so much. Let me know if you have any questions, anything that wasn't clear, whether you will have any questions about Fuck the Struggle, whether you have any questions about anything that I mentioned. How long is the course? You get to keep the course for free, but it's, if you were to pace it the way we do, it's about 5 to 6 weeks. It's a proper time investment, but you get to keep it for free. You get to keep it forever, and so you can do it at your own pace. And modules unlock every week, yes. So as you do them, you pace it. Are there any financial tips in the course? Yes. So we have a module on money and what abundance means and how to become a vibrational match to money. We also give you 100 ideas how to make money. And yeah, we do talk about money. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of you. 5 weeks. How many days a week? So it's oh my goodness, so many questions. It's okay, one by one. Is it the same course as the first one? It's the Live Your Vision Board Life. Yes. So we have two transformational courses in Higher Self Academy. One is the mindset, which is the one that I have here right now. Fuck the Struggle, Live Your Vision Board Life. That's basically the name. And the other one's Fit as Fuck, which is the biohacking course about how to get into the best shape of your life. Is it possible pay per month? Yes, we will have a payment plan. Charlotte, do you know if we already have a payment plan for 333? We might split it into 2 payments. So let me know. How long you have access to it? You have access to it forever. So you get to keep it for as long as possible. Someone asked me, how did you, anonymous attendee, how did I make my first million? I made it selling my photo presets, quite a few millions selling that. And so it didn't bring me, like, I could have gone into making an app and making even more money, but I was just like, I missed the mission. So I had the money, I didn't have the mission so much. So I stopped doing that. Like the biggest, I guess, money-making machine, I just gave up on for that. The discount is just for 2 hours. So you offer ideas how to make money? Yes, Sarah. So we offer ideas. You go through this money exercise where we basically help you figure out, like, how possibly could you make money? So it's 100 questions that you go through, and it's helping you identify, like, what are your strengths. We also have another exercises, but you ask your friends, what are your strengths and what other ideas you can help yourself to make money. Do we get access to information for life? Yes, you do. Will there be something included for starting a business? Yeah, so it gives you ideas of how to start a business in a really unique way, just so you can identify your strengths. And yeah, I think it's a very similar question to which I just answered. What's your advice to us making our first million? Step out of the victim mentality, take massive ownership of your life, identify your strengths, play to it, stop fixing your imperfections, so to say, and go crush it. You can do it. Like, literally, if you believe you can do it, then yeah. So calls, Is the course helpful if you're clear on what you're doing and have a business but want to scale? Yes. And so it's all about how to stop self-sabotaging, stop procrastinating, how to really become a more, how to really nail down your mindset so you can really live from a very different place, not from a place of catching up and stressing, but kind of like, yeah, taking ownership of your life. And I think the biggest feedback that everyone who's taken the course have done is like, oh wow, like I finally understand that you know, biggest change was my mindset. I wasn't in my victim mindset so much, or I didn't take extreme ownership. And then what does it even mean, right? This course helps you realign your money mindset to 100%. Abundance in general, right? Like abundance isn't just money. Abundance is time, energy, how you approach life. You think it's money, right? But my guess is that if you aren't good with money, you aren't probably good with managing energy. And, you know, you probably have relationships in your life that are draining you because you have scarcity mindset overall. People think it's money, and that's what draws the attention. But money is just a tool, it's energy. And it just shows that if you have energy problem there, there's energy stuck somewhere else. I'm definitely very different than Joe Dispenza. I wish I could be as big as Joe Dispenza one day. But for now, I do believe that it's breaking the habit of being yourself is super, super important. However, I let Joe do his thing, and I haven't been, it's going to be very different than Joe, sure. It's very much closer to Tony Robbins more so than anything else. Great, I'm in. Joe is epic. I don't think I could ever replicate what he says. Is the course similar organized as Fit as Fuck videos? Yes. So it's all pre-recorded. I have recorded them all over the world between Dubai, Bali, LA, and it has taken me 3 months to record the whole course. It's all beautifully edited with subtitles, with pop-ups. Really, you have a lot of homework. There's a lot more homework than in Fit as Fuck. I would love to have a one-on-one session with you. Do you practice this? I do, but I mentioned that my one-on-one sessions, it's a 6-month container and they're over $20,000. So my easiest access to be with me is to join my group calls, Queen Circle, and the course, because then you can, every Monday, you can jump on a group call with me and ask a question. And kind of like here, with 300 people, the group calls are usually a little smaller. And that's your best bet to get access to me. Unblock a work block. I don't know what that makes sense, but I wrote it basically super overwhelmed whenever I start something. I think maybe it will be my thing to make money. And then I feel so much pressure that I don't do anything and I feel stuck for weeks until at some point you give up. Yeah, you self-sabotage. You basically, Georgie says, this exact same thing, what self-sabotage is and procrastination is, this big fear. And our greatest fear isn't that we're inadequate, like Marianne Williamson says. Our greatest fear is that we're powerful, and we're so scared of our power, of our light, of how you know that if you step into your power, your life will change, the people in your life will change, and it's fucking scary. And so you prefer on the subconscious level to stay small because your subconscious is trying to keep you safe. Your ego is trying to keep you safe. So ego's thinking, okay, well, I'd rather the pain of being poor is familiar. I would choose that because I know it. And so ego doesn't like things he doesn't know, even if it's better. We'd rather keep the old pain than new pleasure. And that's really fucked, but this is how we operate because we're taught to stay safe. And we should have how to remove those beliefs at the subconscious level. Oh, there's so many ways. That's basically what the course is about, right? How to remove those beliefs. Your subconscious mind is running the show. And so we have an interview in the course with a hypnotherapist, Faye, who's basically gladly shares the behind the scenes. She healed her bulimia with hypnotherapy, and she's sharing what's the best way to undo hypnotherapy, which is super important. That we don't have EFT tapping yet. in the course. But that's a beautiful thing because you get access to the course forever. Every time we add something, you get it. So right now we adding hypnotherapies included, so you get it. For Fit as Fuck as well, any of my courses, if you lock in that price, you get in, you're a student forever. So if I'm adding anything more to the course, you get every single update included once you pay. Great to know. Any tips for people who are afraid to spend money? Yeah. Well, that's scarcity mindset, right? Is this the main course that you offer? Yes, I offer 2 courses, biohacking course and a mindset course. And so I only offer 2 courses. What if I do not sign up now? Will there be price for this in 6 weeks? No, so we close the doors in a couple of days on Tuesday, and we only open the course twice a year, in November and in April. So this is, if you are interested in the course, you won't be able to buy it until November. So do you still think there's room to turn something like traveling into investment? 100%. Now more than anything. And that's the thing, it's like you can get to a point where you just say, you don't even have to. That's the thing, it's the bullshit of like people that have half of amount of followers than me, and they try to sell courses. This is how you get paid to travel for hotels. Hotels don't really pay that well, and if you want to be at the level of a few million a year, which you should be with the inflation, it's not to be a travel blogger. Let me tell you, you can still travel and work with hotels, but that's not how you make your wealth. And we're here to make generational wealth, so you, your family, your daughter, your son can enjoy that. You in Queen Circle, you get 4 weeks with me, 4 calls. Very helpful. Signing up now and just not buying a pair of shoes I wanted. I love CJ. Well, you just invested, right? And I believe that at the end of this transformation experience, you will be able to say like, cool, now I can, these shoes don't feel like a big spend. Do you have a discount for Polish women? This is the lowest this course is ever gonna get. Everyone says like that 333 is already too low. We started 555. And that's what the price you get when you go to a website. This is just a webinar price because, totally scared to buy this course, but I'm also like, fuck it. And again, you get Clean Circle. So a call with me or any coach, any decent coach, it's going to cost you $300 to $400. And so you get 4 calls with me. That alone is so much value. Meal plans, so much value. Course alone, like based on all of these epic people that have paved the way for me, like that is already so much value that I was included with their permission, obviously. And so it's all how you show up, but I wouldn't be too worried that you're not going to get $300 worth. First course that I ever felt like was the right choice. Thank you. Going to invest. Thank you, Vanessa. So the course actually teaches how to, oh my God, you guys post so fast that I can't keep up. How to make generational wealth is where you should invest and what investment you should be looking at. It's about mindset, because at the end of the day, my NFT course is very much what we did with Jacob, telling people exactly what to invest. And then we realized, and Jacob's redoing the NFT course now, that people with scarcity mindset, even if we told them exactly how to invest with NFTs and how we made a lot of our money, bless NFTs, I was like, fuck, you really have to have a mindset change, because if you enter a really profitable area with a scarcity mindset, you will still not see the results. My life changed with you about the first course about Instagram. So in today, Anna, oh my goodness, thank you so much. That means so much. It's really good price. It's cheap. Aggie. The more I invest in myself, the more it comes to me. I'm in. Alexandra, that's so beautiful. Like, look how powerful. Alexandra already has a beautiful mindset. Like how different your life is when you say, the more I invest in myself, the more it comes to me. Like, oh, what an affirmation. I got goosebumps. Fucking epic. Thank you. You have taught me something beautiful today. Thank you. Um, I also want to answer a couple more questions. It's great to have access to you like this and answering all our questions. Again, that's what Queen Circle is. It's my biggest. I realize I can work with people one-on-one, which I absolutely love, but I want to see more women step into their power and invest in themselves. And so I'm excited. Yeah, fucking excited to see, like, just go for it. So powerful. Investing is incredible. Charlotte, would it be possible to make a monthly plan? So maybe after the webinar, we will add 2 monthly payments for those of you who can afford 333 at the moment. So we'll send out an email. Magical prize, glad I'm in, Magda. Yes, please. Okay, cool. So Charlotte, let's do that. That would be epic. Because I just got in but couldn't get the discount. Yeah, well, here we go. Just sign up, Marta. Fucking yeah. Who signed up already? Say hi. That would be, just say hello in the comments. So, and if those of you who aren't sure, like, fuck, look how many amazing people, Mariella and Kasha and CJ. Amazing. If you guys have any more questions, even about anything that I was teaching, I'm here to answer any questions you might have. So you feel like you left that hour with me with a massive value. Love your energy. Oh, what is B School? B School is basically Mary Forleo. I don't know if a lot of people know, but it's a $2,000 course about how to make money. And after my business degree, I was like, not exactly what I would think I learned, but it's in me, right? It's still like everything that I've learned from that course. And these were like, it's so funny because it's like now I spend less in my growth in a way than when I didn't have money. That's the ironic part. Now that I have really good money and I can invest, and I still don't spend as much. So actually maybe just I'll pause the share and I'll go full screen. Can I go full screen? Can you see me now? Can you see me full screen or no? I just want to make sure. Is it helpful for someone who has no idea what to do with, like, how to make money? Yes, this is epic for you. 100%. I would say, yeah. Is it possible to have an invoice? Stripe usually sends an invoice. It's I don't know if Charlotte knows. You've said it's most like times I've done twice the different, or do you teach? UPW does not teach. Well, it's not really UPW, it's Date with Destiny that I have got inspired by it. If you've done Date with Destiny, and it's still a very different experience, but I'd say it's much closer to Date with Destiny than UPW. Can you write it off as business expense? I believe so. I know a lot of people did in the past. So let us know. Email us at team@higherselfacademy, and then we can definitely help. Yes. I was Marta. I was seriously supposed to go shopping today. Well, I'll rather invest this time put the spending on the back burner. How is spending as reward? How do you feel about it? That's a tricky one, right? Because it's like, I still reward myself with things. I think I don't like being rewarding myself with things that aren't good for me. So like being very careful rewarding myself with like chocolate, because how is something that's not necessarily good for me is a reward. So I'll be careful like how the NLP, how to fully program my mind. And so yeah, totally in. But if it's a pair of shoes that you really look forward to, as a woman, I tell you, go for it. As a biohacker who say that if you reward yourself for something you already love doing, you actually stop doing it. There's a research, and this is super interesting. I talk about in Fit as Fuck. Andrew Huberman, actually a beautiful neuro scientist, talks about it. They had kids. They picked their favorite game, whatever that game was. I don't remember, but let's just say shopping. And then they rewarded them every time they did it, and the kids lost interest in doing it out of their own will. So the idea of dopamine reward actually says that you lose pleasure from doing the things that you love when you reward yourself for them. I'm talking more shoes. It's kind of investment. Oh, shoes are definitely an investment. Um, uh, duh, 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 duh. How is the experience for Fit for Service going for you? I didn't really have joined Fit for Service. I was just visiting Aubrey and Vailana as a friend, so I haven't done any of their coachings, to be honest. So that's slightly different. Building a team. Yes. So this is not a pure business course. It's how to make the mindset change that coming from a place of scarcity and struggling, and how to actually use everything that you already are, and the things you thought that aren't the things that you thought that aren't great about you, these are actually your strengths, and these are the things that will make you a lot of money. So all the things about me that I'm like, oh, I had poor upbringing, I had my parents really struggle, and these are the things that make me a great teacher about money, because the moment I did make money, I'm so much more relatable. Would you believe me if I said, hey, so I had a trust fund and my parents are super rich and I'm here to teach you how to make money? You'd be like, what the fuck do you know, girl? You like grew up rich. What kind of a coach would I be if I didn't have the empathy of my really difficult upbringing? So the very thing that I was so embarrassed about, which my poor upbringing, my big struggle with money, sleeping on the bathroom, I was so embarrassed. Like someone from Tony Robbins' team messaged me, it's like, Aggie, we did not know you slept on the bathroom. I was like, of course I was embarrassed. Like now I can share it if 7 years later when I process it in a healthy way. But back in the day, I was so embarrassed. I was hiding. And so that's the thing. That's the very things that were making me live in shame. Once I process them with the right mindset, they have become my greatest strengths. Right. Thank you. I really enjoyed this. I will sign up for this course. Yay, Allison, Marta. Guys, I have an amazing team. If you have any questions, let me know. If you joined, I see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. for a Queen Circle call, where we'll be talking more money and more abundance, and it's going to be fucking epic. So please join. Magdalena has joined. Fuck yeah. All the calls recorded. Yes, all our Queen Circle. So that's the epic part. If you join Queen Circle right now, you get to watch all the calls we've done in the last 6 months. So I remember that someone joined recently and they say they spent a whole weekend watching 15 hours of Queen Circle calls, and they're like that. So it's just like you get access to the entire library of all the courses. So pumped for Queen Circle. Thanks for including it. Really appreciate it. Fuck yeah, I can't wait to have you and just chat. So Queen Circle is so much better because we talk on camera. You don't have to be on camera, but usually whoever's talking to me, I see them on camera. So it's they're my sisters by now. We have people that have joined back in October, November, and they've been joining every single week for 6 months. So you imagine it's like private coaching. It's like so much value. Yeah, so you get emails about the calls. Fuck the struggles. Let's go for the better life. Woohoo! How many people are in the Queen Circle now? That is a question to my team. I don't know exactly, but I can tell you that the calls have about 50 to 100 participants. So, but most people listen in. There are a few people. Yeah, so many. Yeah. But to be honest, though, when it comes to asking questions, I probably talk with 5 people because a lot of people just prefer to listen. No, most people don't even get to speak. That's the funny thing. It's like most people like every time it's like, who wants to speak? I have to like always drag people. So hopefully it's gonna change, but it's usually the highlight of my week. And so I would love for you guys to join the calls. It's gonna be amazing. Let me know if you have any other questions. Otherwise, I'm gonna roll. Enjoy your Sunday. And what time are calls? 11 a.m. PST. So that's 7 p.m. European. Thank you. So good to see you. And the Queen Circle calls are biohacking calls and like mindset calls. So we basically do there's a different theme for them. So 2 times a month we have mindset calls, and 2 times a month we have biohacking. Just signed up. Can't wait to start. Terry, thanks for claiming this energy, Nicola. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Tiana and Jules and Jeanette. Oh, so many beautiful names. Kasha, have a blessed day. You too. Best hour ever. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Grateful for you. Remember to step into your power and go fucking crush it. You're a queen. Remember who the fuck you are. And I'll see you on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining. I love you. I love sharing this. And I whether we decide to do something together, maybe sometime in the future, maybe not. It doesn't really matter. The most important thing is that we spend an hour and no one will take that away from us. We had this beautiful hour of connection. I'm so grateful for it. I'm rooting for you. I'm your biggest fan. Go for it, sister. I want to see you make so much money so we can make this world a better place with more powerful women. I love you so much. Mwah! Bye.